everybody. Welcome to Spill the Booch. This is the show where we share wild, hilarious, and oh so relatable stories from the yoga and wellness world. And let's be real, it isn't always as zen as it seems. I'm Mara, and I'm here with my wonderful team and yoga coach, Carol. Together, we're diving into the stories that make you laugh, cringe, and say, yep, that's so the yoga life. So grab your kombucha or your coffee and favorite drink, and let's jump in. Our story today is from the Women Over 30 and Yoga thread, and it's a good one. I'm really excited about it. But first, I have a question to ask for you and for Carol. What is the most unexpected and embarrassing thing that you've ever witnessed or experienced yourself in a yoga class?
Oh my gosh. I mean, ooh, there's so many coming to mind. For me, just personally, one time I had my shorts on inside out. And I noticed it during the first breathing, and it's the only time I ran out of the class to be like, oh, and I ran and switched them out really quickly and put them on the right way. But I've heard of people like accidentally, defecating and, there's stuff like that that's just really crazy stuff that has happened. I do have one, it's kind of a longer story, but we had somebody call the studio and was like, can I wear a thong to class? And the teacher was like, oh, sure. She thought it was a joke. She's like, of
Um,
course you can wear a thong to class or whatever. No, this guy showed up full on banana hammock.
oh my gosh, Borat.
A really nice body, apparently. I wasn't there, but it was like something we had to have a discussion with afterwards. Like there was a point in class where everyone turned to the side, and so you could see him full on from the back side, and we are rounding forward. And the
Oh.
teachers were saying all you could see were people like they were shaking because they were just laughing so hard. So yeah,
Oh goodness, that would have been so funny to see.
yeah,
Oh,
crazy shit.
that's, yeah, it happens. That's the life, the studio life for you. All
That's
right,
right.
well, I think you're really gonna enjoy this story today. So, so the title pretty much is self-explanatory, but this is definitely what caught my eye first. I shit myself at yoga today. It happened. I have officially shit myself in public for the first time at 34. I trusted a fart, and the next thing you know, hot sludge is soaking my underpants and slowly spreading down my thigh.
Oh,
Luckily, it was silent. I wore black leggings and the light was dim, so I don't think anybody saw, but the smell was unmistakable, and I definitely packed up immediately and left about 20 minutes in. My only saving grace is that I didn't even like that studio anyways and was only gonna go because I bought a 1 month long pass. Guess I'm never going there again. Please regale me with your poop stories so I feel better about myself.
oh, that's terrible.
That
I
would be
mean,
so mortifying.
mortifying.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
I mean, I think I do have a friend who that actually happened in our studio, apparently, from what he told me later. And he's like, he was a teacher and he's like, I don't know, I just had a really sick belly and he had to leave.
Yeah,
And we're like, oh, shit happens, you know? So, like,
unintended.
um, but I could see if you weren't, I don't know, that would probably be I'm no longer stepping my foot inside that location ever again because I'm too
Yeah.
embarrassed, you know?
Well, and it's kind of a blessing that they were only on the intro pass, so nobody even knew them.
Right.
And so it's like people are gonna remember that, but
Right.
hopefully not. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
just think it was a really bad fart, but
Oh,
oh man.
it just sounds so uncomfortable. And then like you're
Yeah.
freaking out and like, what do I do? Yeah, leave immediately. Burn,
Yeah.
burn those leggings. Uh,
Brought a change of clothes.
yeah, how do you get in the car? Oh, if you didn't bring anything. Oh,
Hopefully they have
terrible.
like reusable bags or something in their car. Or oh, if they walked, oh, that would be
Mm,
worse. I,
terrible.
I would have just bought pants. This is why you need retail in your studio.
Yes. Well, and it also reminded me we sold at one point little car like cushion covers with that were branded
Oh,
to our studio.
oh
So
my gosh, that's so
uh
smart.
yeah, so that what it was like if she had one of those, you could wash
Yeah.
that, you know.
The
And
amount of times I got into my car and it like I had cloth seats at that time and I was like, oh, I feel so gross. And then
yeah,
thank goodness it was like summer at that point when I was practicing so much that it would dry out. I'd leave my windows down and let all the sweat
yeah,
dry out. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, those were good. I thought those were a pretty great idea. I think my
yeah,
business partner came up with that one. So, yeah,
it's really smart. All
for sweat or poop.
right. Multi-purpose.
Save your seats.
Oh my God. All right, let's dive into some of the comments. This one's one of the top comments, had 705 upvotes.
Ooh.
And this is right on par with where I was going. Poop stories are seriously the best, but I'm so sorry yours was so recent. I was 16 and got beyond drunk and on several bottles of cheap white wine. Yes, bottles in plural. I don't remember much, but I woke up in my best friend's bed and had pooped myself in. She never brought it up, besides how drunk and ridiculous I had been the night before. She's a real good friend.
That's a real one. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of
Oh,
drinking ones. Oh, this is not a good one. So I have a couple here. But this one makes my family laugh to this day. When I was 22, I went to Vegas with my ex and found out I was pregnant at the beginning of the trip. I craved pepperoni and jalapeno pizza so much, but it did not love pregnant me. We were in the casino messing around, playing penny slots and seeing the sights. My stomach turned and it turned hard, but I just thought I needed to go home. We went back to the truck and drove to the front. And if you've ever been to Vegas, you know what it's like on the strip driving at night. It moves very slow. Um, we are driving for about maybe 10 minutes and I'm shaking and crying. My ex is asking me if he should pull into the valet. I told him, no, I won't make it. Neither of us know what to do. We are both panicking now. I felt so desperate. I start emptying my purse. Oh my
oh no.
God. And that it just ends right there. I mean, I'm glad it kind of leaves it's up to the imagination. But
Oh
oh my
no.
God, the comments. Okay, I need to see if there's any more yoga related ones. Oh my gosh,
You,
this
there,
one's
there's bathrooms in casinos. Like,
oh
if it's that, yeah.
oh my gosh. Some people have like some severe public bathroom problems, so maybe
That
that's
is true.
it.
That is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This just reminds me of Sex in the City, the movie, when they go to Mexico and Charlotte only eats the chocolate pudding. And then she
You told me
accidentally,
this story
yeah.
before. I've never seen the movie, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have to. It's so funny. Yeah, and then she finally starts to relax and accidentally drinks some water and then
was and opened her mouth. Sweetie, what's
It's what? She's laughing. Come on, try that. Did you just shut up, shut up,
and just like that, Charlotte poughkeepsied in her pants.
No, that sounds like the worst
yeah.
combo ever.
Oh my gosh, I know. Center. Okay. Please look up the podcast Armchair Expert. It's with Dax Shepard, and people anonymously call in with their stories. And there's a shocking amount of people that have shat themselves. It's hilarious and humanizing. Also, someone shat at yoga last week on the episode. it's literally titled Pooped Yourself. Okay, well, that mentions yoga, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I-
embarrassing, but you're not the only person in the world this has ever happened to, you know?
Exactly. And in hindsight, everybody loves a good poop story. Oh my goodness.
It's
I
something you
don't
can
think,
laugh about later, right?
yeah, not an in the moment thing by any means.
Right.
But yeah, okay, I really don't think we're gonna find any yoga related. Oh, people, there's someone in the comments calling her a poor OP poop girl.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Okay, there's no more comments that have any relation to a yoga class. So I have a few questions for Carol. And if
oh,
I have anything that comes up, then I'll also chime in. Okay, so you already shared that you experienced something similar to this or like had somebody at your studio. Um, do you have any more funny stories to share about anything like this or really embarrassing that's happened in a yoga class before?
oh my goodness. I have to think. Um, oh God, Mara, there's just so many. I mean, there's when you get into a room with other yoga studio owners, there's always a ton of, and it always triggers more memories. But I think there are, like, somebody was telling me that they found poop in the shower one time at their yoga studio, and it
Oh,
was like a whole situation. Like, well, first of all, who pooped in the shower? Like, for like it was like, oh my God, we have to clean this up. But also, like, who would do that? And
yeah,
maybe it
when
was like a
someone's just
sick,
planting poops around the studio and
no, and the people who faint tend to be really embarrassed.
yeah,
I've had a
I can
couple
see
of
that.
those. Um, and there was one time where I was probably like 8 months pregnant, and I could tell this guy he was weaving. And I was like, you gotta sit down, sir, whatever. And I went over and I tried to catch him, and I was like, that wasn't a very good idea when I was that pregnant to
Yeah,
do that, to try to catch a
yeah.
grown man as he was going down. Um, so those are typically embarrassing. And I don't know. I've got to think of some others, Mara. It's like, uh, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I don't
you
know.
think on it.
Okay.
As a teacher, how how do you respond to something like this happening into the studio in the studio? Or like how would you comfort the student if they did stick around?
As a teacher, it's so normal. I've seen this before. You're not the first person, even if I'm like, oh, oh my God. No, like people have vomited before, they've left class and needed to vomit, and
I've
that's
been
super
there
embarrassing
sometimes.
for people. Yeah. All those
Mhm.
things, like, it's a human bodily
Human
function.
bodily function.
And it's all good. We're gonna clean it up, and
Yeah.
there's nothing, you just try to comfort them and make them feel like, yeah, this has happened before. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
And, let's get to the root of it. Did you,
Did you eat a
are you
burrito before class?
sick? Yeah, like, maybe
Yeah.
next time don't eat that before
Yeah.
class. Maybe next time, we don't trust that fart.
Yeah. The lesson of it all. Do not trust the fart. Oh my gosh. This reminds me of an ad video that she's a yogapreneur in the YC, Adi Westerman made, and it was a really funny like mockery of like the 5 things that you shouldn't do before a yoga class, and one of them was like eating a burrito, and she was just like mowing down on this burrito, and then it had like fart noises in the
Yeah.
background. It was such a good video. It was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've definitely had to run out of class and throw up before. I was very hungover, which
Mm.
was my own mistake, obviously. I was actually at Josh and Jenna's studio, and we had a backbending workshop, and I don't know why we all went out not like out the night before, but none of the teachers showed up and I was on the desk and Josh and Jenna were like, well, I guess you're taking the you have to do this workshop because one of our team members needs to participate. And I was like, oh no. And whenever we take a workshop, we just had like this rule that like you should take a class before, so then your body's warmed up for the workshop. So in the middle of class, I'm like dying in the first, like in the standing series, and I like could not survive. And then when we got to Savasana, I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. And at this point, like I've never left the room before in my life. Like I'm one of those people that I'm like, I have to stay in the room, and I like challenge myself to do that. And I had to leave. I think I had to run out and then puke my brains out. Then I came back and it was like I got a second win and I was fine. And
So
then
much better. Just need to
powered
get
through
that
and
out.
yeah.
I think, you know, as a teacher too, you're kind of like, let's look at and observe what we could do better for next time and not just not don't stop doing yoga because of it. You
Yeah.
know, maybe not at that studio if that woman, the original poster, the original Cooper poster,
The
OPP, um, doesn't want to go back to that studio, I understand, but yeah, it shouldn't stop you from continuing or finding the right class for you.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Um, yeah, like I said earlier, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that she was an intro person and it was her first few classes and new to that studio because it would almost be worse if you were like a long-term student and that happened because then you're like, what do I do now?
That's reminding me actually, we had a male student that wore white leggings to class, to a hot yoga
Can't even
class.
wear white pants in general down the street.
Yes.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it was, from my understanding of the situation, it's like, started to sweat. Oh no, things are like showing through. And he just came out. He's a long time, he's still there, which is so nice. But he's like, that was a bad idea. Like everyone was like, he said himself, he's like, I realized that was a bad idea and I will never wear those again. We're like, thank you, sir. And, it was just a funny story amongst the team. And
Yeah.
then we don't bring it up again, ever again. He's not going to wear those pants again.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, the long term, you want to make them feel comfortable. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? We're good. We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
But we welcome you back with different
Yeah,
pants.
exactly. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, yeah, white is just never. I every time I've worn white pants, I've owned two pairs of white pants, and only time I wore them, I I sat on a piece of pizza, and I
Well,
was
that
like,
was
how does this happen? This has never happened before in my life, but I wear white pants one time, and I sit on a piece of pizza. Like it's never a good idea.
no,
But
no.
yeah, I've always wondered how people wear them on a regular basis. I
You're
just
risking
yeah,
it all.
literally. I just watched a movie called The Host and because I was just finished reading the book and all of the bad people ish whatever, they all wear white. Like just
Mhm.
all of them are just because they're like these well, it's about the, like these souls that have taken over the earth and blah blah blah. But anyway, so they're like really proper and put together, and so they just wear white all the time. And I'm like, oh God, that's a terrible fashion choice. I mean, you look sharp, but yeah. I'm like, oh,
Definitely need a Tide stain stick around for that kind of wardrobe.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think that pretty much is a wrap on another episode of Spill the Booch. Thanks for hanging out, Carol, and sharing all your fun stories. I've really enjoyed them. I think poop stories are the best kind of stories, personally. And let's face it, yoga might be zen, but life isn't always, especially when poop is involved. So don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share your own wild stories with us. You might just hear them on our show. Until next time, cheers.